Once upon a time, there was a little kid who loved bouncy castles. And one day he found an entrance to Bouncy Castle Land. He was so excited because in this bouncy castle land, there were so many different bouncy castles. There was a big castle and there was a small castle. There was even a castle shaped like a rocket ship blasting off into outer space. And there were so many other cool bouncy castles that he could unwait to bounce on them all. He started out on a castle that was as red as a fire truck and bounced until he was dizzy. Then he saw a castle that was blue like the sky, so he went over to bounce on that one. But then he saw a group of kids bouncing on a green castle, and he wanted to bounce with them. He bounced and had so much fun until he heard a loud crash. He turned around and saw a little girl all by herself crying on a yellow bouncy castle. He went over to her and asked if she was okay. She said, "I was bouncing and bouncing, and then suddenly the wind blew my balloon. An animal right over there by those trees, and now I couldn't get it back." The little boy looked over and saw her balloon animal, a little doggy, stuck up in a tree. He knew just what to do. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and made a wish. When he opened his eyes, he had the magical power of super strength. He walked over to the tree, put his hands on the trunk, and gave it a mighty shake. The dog went flying through the air and landed right in the little girl's hands. She was so happy that she gave him the biggest hug. Then they started bouncing together on the yellow castle, and soon all the other kids came over to bounce with them too. They bounced and splashed and had so much fun. Then the little boy looked over and saw a pink bouncy castle shaped like a princess castle. He had to go over and bounce on that one. It was so much fun to pretend that he was a brave knight rescuing a princess from a dragon. He could just imagine that the bouncy walls were tall and strong castle walls. And the bouncy floor was a drawbridge that lifted up and down as the dragon roared. He pretended that he had a sword and shield and fought bravely against the dragon until he won the princess's heart. Then, after all that excitement, he got tired and needed a rest. As he walked along, he saw a family sitting outside of their bouncy castle house. Inside were soft beds, pillows, and blankets. And outside there were tables with food and drinks. He sat down next to them and asked if he could have some watermelon. Then he introduced himself and told them about all the fun he had bouncing in Bouncy Castle Land. The family was so nice and friendly, and soon he felt like he had known them forever. They welcomed him to stay in their bouncy castle house, and he happily ate slice after slice of watermelon until it was time to say goodbye. He thanked them for everything and promised to come back again soon. As he walked through the bouncy castle entrance and back into his own world, he knew that he would never forget his amazing day in Bouncy Castle Land. The end.